All right, so this is a Marlin Glenfield 30A, and we're gonna do some customization to it. Let's get that deer in there. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful deer action. So had this for a while. We're gonna be adding Picatinny rail up top there. We're gonna be swapping out the trigger and putting one of these new loading gate mabobs on there. Now I'm not going to show you the teardown and replacement of those parts because there are much better YouTube channels. Like it used to be called Wolf's Prairie, but now I think it's called like Build, Shoot, Explore or something like that. I'm gonna put link to that guy's videos for the teardown and replacements because they're way better than what I'm gonna do. But after I break down this and take the stock off, we are going to be doing a woodland kind of multicam pattern based on the black multicam I did for the AR, but I'm going to be swapping out the silvery white parts with like a darker brown because I think that will kind of match the wood aesthetic and hopefully not be too much, but let's dive in. All right, so I'm all taped up. I put a little tape right here because there was some. God, I should write down the names of things before I talk about them. Midwest Industries, their branding is right there, so I wanted to protect that. And then when I took off the stock, there's like a springy do in here, and I wanted to make sure that that was protected. I don't want to get any paint on internals. And then right here, obviously we got a nice bright shiny bolt that I want to paint because I don't want all the shiny when I get done, but I don't want to paint it now. I think once I start replacing some stuff after the painting, that I probably should have just replaced the shit first and then did the painting. Man, I'm fucking dumb. Anyway, I'm gonna take that out and then probably give it a little once over. Don't want to do really a lot of paint on that because I don't want to like mess with any like tolerance for how it slides in and out. But I just don't want it to be quite so shiny bright. Well, let's start the painting. I'm loving the green. I think just that green with the wood stock would look pretty cool. I'm going to keep progressing with my idea, but half tempted to stop right here. Did I already say this? Anyway, just remembered I have a table that I bought specifically so that I didn't have to do stuff on the ground anymore. So we're going to transition to the table. All right, our first color was the olive. Now we're going with the kind of dark brown. Hopefully gives a good accent with our wood stock. I don't know. All right, next up is going to be matte black, and then the other side, and then we're almost out of the painting portion of this video. All right, now the fun part where we reveal the pattern underneath and hope to God we didn't fuck it all up. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think the brown is subtle, maybe a little bit like too subtle, but what I'm hoping for is that once the wood buttstock comes back on, that is going to almost make the brown stand out more. But we'll see when we finish. For now, though, we are going to clear coat. Always got to clear coat. All right, time to move on to the trigger and loading gate replacement. I do think it's going to look a little silly with the gold, but they were out of black. So anyway, like I said, I'm not going to really delve into this because I do not have the hands or the craftsmanship for that. Check out this video if you're interested in doing this kind of upgrade. So I'm going to take this opportunity to just do some cleaning. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. Just going to, you know, kind of clean up some of this. Because you know what's interesting about this rifle, and if you're still watching, I'd love if you're like a Marlin enthusiast and know a little bit more about them. So unlike all the other Glenfields I looked up, my hammer was different and mine did not come with a Picatinny rail. So a lot of the hammers, where is my hammer at? Is it in here? Like they had like this extra thing on the side of it that like kind of came out like a little like pin. You know, made it look like that sticking off the side or something, if that makes sense. Sorry, I don't know what that was all about. And then a lot of them also already had Picatinny on them when I was watching people's YouTube videos on the Marlin Glenfield 30A. And mine doesn't have all that. And I know mine is probably pretty old. It's been in my family for at least 10 or 15 years now. And we got it from somebody else who I think also had it for a long time. So this is a pretty old rifle, at least I think. Anyway, I'm going to get back. I'm going to clean up just a little bit in here. Finish just kind of wiping down this one. I literally did not know this was magnetized. Oh, you know, there we go. How cool is that? Didn't even know that worked that way. And for cleanup, I just did a little wet wipe action, a little brush action, and then hit it with one of these. Yeah. It looks stupid because I'm doing it with one hand for the camera. A lot brighter, a lot shinier, and with, you know, the appropriate gun oil amount applied. As I'm sitting here cleaning up the bolt, I'm reminded that I considered painting the bolt, but I'm afraid that, you know, a moving part like that, I don't want to like gum up the tolerance and then be putting paint, like, because the paint's definitely going to come off into the action, like, of the rifle there, if that makes sense. I am kind of like, it's going to look, there's going to be like a gold trigger, a gold loading gate, and then you'll see like the silver of the bolt come through. And I'm concerned that's going to make it look sort of goofy. So I got a friend, I wouldn't say a friend, I got a coworker. Maybe one day we'll be friends, I don't fucking know. that does like Duracoating and Cerakoting, which is thinner than spray paint, which is what I do on the rifles, spray paint. And so that thinner coating might, not affect the action as much. And maybe that's something I'll look into later on with this particular rifle. I'm really feeling like it makes more sense to paint maybe just that piece, that side of the bolt black or something like that, so that it's not like gold on black on brown on, you know what I mean? Here's what it looks like with the stock, kind of. That's kind of, I don't know. I feel like that's like one too many colors, and that I might just do just a light black. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I don't know. It just looks silly to me. But I went super light and barely did a clear coat, and I actually missed like a bunch of spaces. That's how light I went. But that's we wanted to go light. I blocked out all the grooves and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, yeah, there's my head. Okay, so we added the sling back on. Got the Picatinny rail on top. I do have one of these Hoptic USA quivers that used to sit here. I have a foregrip that used to sit there, but I'm not quite sure how exactly I'm going to put that all back together. Let me know how you feel about the black bolt instead of silver. How do you feel about the gold triggers on this kind of camouflage aesthetic? Also, in case you're wondering, yup, it definitely was a hindrance painting it to have it work through here. But I put a little KY on there, worked it through, and it, it works now again. So, thanks for watching this video. Sorry it's so long. Sorry it's not helpful. Yada yada kisses.